All right. So, guys, I mean, what you think about it?
I was good. I enjoyed it, man. I appreciate it, Phil.
I'm glad I was able to be a part of it.
Yeah, I tried to get people of all different walks of life to talk. You know, I invited more people, but I guess I've seen some people had their own shows going on. So maybe next time we try to do something like this, we can get at least some. You know how it is. People got to see it first, and then they want to oh yeah, man, let me know. I want to be a part of it. So, yeah, I really think that's good. It was just a good discussion, though. I really believe that black men need a platform. Like for me, like I said, Willie was alluding to it, but I feel that I'm not that type of dude that got to be Hollywood and like, oh, me, and I got to be the leader and I got to be the star of the show. I'm like, look, I love to fall back. That's my thing. Let other men come in, let other men share. You know what I'm saying?
I'm more the behind the scenes type guy too. I don't want my name to be out there. A lot of people are like, man, why don't you put yourself out? Why don't you do this? I'm like, why don't you do it instead of making me the sacrificial lamb? I wonder, when Dr. King and Malcolm was assassinated, and their wives and their children was going through the years saying to themselves, my daddy's died. Our daddy's died for this. You know what I mean? And I don't want us, like Willie said, you don't need one. You don't need one person to be the face of something. You need the collective, because if one go down, another one steps up, or a group of us step up. And I'm glad you mentioned about the sisters, because we need more black women out here who sees the BS to come out and call it out, because it's only a small percentage of idiots in our community that's keeping this dysfunction going on. And we got to be willing to call them out and say, hey, you know what? I love you, but I can't help you anymore. You don't want to see the light. You got to go somewhere else.
Actually, dog, I'll take it even further. I hate their asses. I want to kill them.
I was thinking that. I was trying to be nice about it.
If I could kill them, I'd kill them. Every last one of them, including my family members. I'd kill them. Because we can. That means that we can get to the promised land a lot sooner, man. We got to be okay with killing them.
Yeah. What Mr. Federer said years ago, I don't like a traitor. He said, what you do with traitors, you kill them,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that man said all harsh.
And hold on, for people that could be listening, that's supposed to be listening, that hack into things or whatever, is metaphorically killed, not actually killed. No one's saying anything about committing any crimes in the United States of America. We talk about metaphorically. We talk about character-wise.
I'm talking about killing. No, I'm talking about killing. I want to kill it. I'm telling you, I'll stand on that field. Disclaimer, you ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. You ain't got nothing to do with that. But I'm talking about killing. I would wish I could kill them all. Yes.
Well, Phil gonna put a disclaimer. The opinions of the panel does not represent.
Yeah, don't say he wish. He didn't say he did it. He wish he had.
Brother Willie, he came out that.
Hey, I don't look. Hey, I don't trust. I don't trust anything, guys. I don't. With these folks and how desperate they getting, I don't trust anything. Especially like I said, when I did that interview with that cop, and that cop told me that a lot of them jokers at the NYPD be watching my videos. The ones that like it, I'm pretty sure some that don't like it. That's just that police department. So like I said, it just made me just think. That's why certain things I said, let me make sure I really, for them suits show up at the door.
Right. Alphabet boy.
Yeah, there you go.
Media, like I know YouTube know me very well. That's why they keep flagging me down. They said this nigga getting 50,000 subs. Take him down. They know every time we put a video up or a comment, we being monitored. But the thing is, we're not. They know that if you come at us too hard, then you're gonna wake other people and say, "Wait a minute, they're going after these guys on YouTube, but just offering their opinion. Wait a minute, something's going on here," and they don't want to take their risk a lot of times. They know how far to go.
And then also too, like Dynas too. Dynas is a threat, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Dynas doing all that Africa talk and trying to get people to go to Africa, they don't like that either. Because remember when Marcus Garvey was trying to do that, J. Edgar Hoover went after him and charged him with that BS mail fraud charge.
Hey, Phil, you noticed after we did our video on Africa, then I've been on Africa. Here comes Yvette Carnell talking about Pan-Africanism is dead.
I heard she said that, man, forget Yvette Carnell. She could stay here like Willie say with Massa and she can do whatever she needs to do for Mal, so that's fine. Look, I'm I think in a few weeks supposed to have Dr. Moonbi Saraki to come on the show. You know that sister, right?
I don't.
That sister, that's her show, the Dr. Moonbi show. She out of Kenya. This sister own it, but this sister be talking about the exodus that's gonna happen to Africa. I mean, watch that sister. That's why I said, I gotta get her come on.
Okay.
Like, so she gonna come on in a few weeks or so. I think after I get back from out of town. But yeah, this sister owned it. The Dr. Moonbi show. Search her out.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing with you, Willie and Harvey. Search her out. That sister, she owned it. Out of Kenya.
Okay.
What's her name?
I'll check it out.
Her channel is called the Dr. Moonbi Show. Doctor then MUMBI then show. Yeah, she owned it. Her show looked pretty good too. Like she got it all set up nice. I mean, it don't look like no traditional like, I'm struggling in Africa. No, she got a set. She got all that good stuff going on, graphics, all that. But I'm liking her talking. What I'm liking about her, she's talking about that mass exodus, and I said that too. It's gonna be an exodus out of this country with black folks. I see it coming. That's why when I go to Ethiopia, I got to find out about what the condos look like and how much that costs. And because man, the way this country's going, like Willie was talking about the dogs and all that, but that could be a reality. I don't want my kids around that. That's sick.
No,
it's coming.
Yeah, you see it every day. You see how they normalizing these teachers and student relationships in some jurisdictions. They say, well, we're not going to send her to jail on a technicality because, well, they just turned 18. I mean, the things that they frowned upon years ago, they normalizing now. And I wanted to mention this due to the panel of about 55 to 60% of white women voted for Donald Trump. They voted for sexism, but yet they turn around and complain about it. So, I mean, how can you complain about something but you voted a guy and has a history of sexism?
Exactly, because white privilege is more important than sexual assault. That's why.
Exactly. It's logic. It defies logic. Like you had what's the name, Tamika Mallory, if I believe I pronounced the last name correct. The one that came up with that movement.
Mallory or Tamika Mallory, the one they're attacking.
Yeah, you would think that white women did that. She led that, and then a few months ago, Jake Tapper over there at CNN thought that he was going to try to get her destroyed by bringing up Farrakhan. But she stood her ground. She said, "You're not going to make me throw Farrakhan under the bus," and they left her alone. So brothers should took note of that. Like, wait a minute, this sister didn't back down. People ain't threw Farrakhan in her face, but black men like, no, I don't know about Farrakhan. You're a little too rough for him.
You're a little too I don't know.
Yeah, that sister, she stood her ground. You notice they ain't said nothing else about. I'm like, that's a black woman right there. We may not agree on everything, but she stood her ground. You got brothers running away from Farrakhan. Look how Obama he's anti-Semitic. I told him that, but he was in his Chicago home. Minister Farrakhan, I need your support.
Yep.
And then turn around and throw him under the bus. Look what he did to Reverend Wright. And Reverend Wright called. He said, Obama is a politician. He's going to do what a politician does. And black folk need to understand, when we vote or don't vote, we still got control of our dollar. That's how the Hispanic community being able to get stuff. They pull their money together, and they demand stuff. How can you come to this country, be illegal, and tell companies, you're going to open a business in my neighborhood, you're going to put jobs in our neighborhood? Black folks, we begging for jobs. But we still give our money to Apple and Nike and Chevy and them. And there's no return on our dollar. We gotta look in the mirror sometime and say, what do we need to do as a people?
That's why I suggested that we set out the last election, because our votes would be more powerful if we didn't even use them. If we got a voting block now, let's assume we set out, since we didn't get what we wanted anyway, right? So let's assume we had set out and we held those 8 million votes or whatever, however many votes it was. Let's say we held those, 10 million votes, black votes. Now that means we got a block of 10 million votes, and we sit back and we saying to anybody that come along next, you want this 10 million votes? Well, this is what we want. So we would be ahead of the game right now had we set out this last election. We would actually be ahead of the game, because we sitting back and we knowing that come the midterms, oh, we got some action now but not only do we got votes, we got money to back our agendas. You see, because it takes money in this country. You got to have money first and foremost to back any agenda that you want. That's why the Asians, you never see Asians marching. You never see them boycotting. They boycott silently. You know, they're not gonna make a big show out of boycotting nothing. They're just gonna do it. they're just not gonna mess with you. They're just not gonna spend money with you or whatever. They're just not gonna do it. So we have to get on code. They're on code. We're not on code. We're all over the place. And we're not getting what we want because we just don't understand how powerful that vote actually really is if we actually don't use it.
Yeah.
Hey, but Willis, I don't know if you're noticing that Trump and the Republicans, I'm telling you from my own, what was even happening with me, they starting to reach out to me now, right? Like that Joy Villa, when she came, Joy Villa was so nice to me. You couldn't ask a better person. She was trying to say she part of the black community. Yeah, Joy Villa. Oh yeah, she was like, hey, you come to LA, let me know. We can get lunch together, and like she want to talk. Like, you know, I know I talked to Shirley Hussar, and she came to Houston to talk to me. We talked for a few hours on that. Well, she was telling me about a lot of Republicans started approaching blacks because of this that one issue, that immigration issue, right? But when I discuss it, I'm flipping the game on them because it's the truth. You have illegal immigration because the white folks hiring them, okay? And any time that you bring up to lock these white folks up for hiring them, they get quiet. Right. They don't want to hear talk of that. Go after the people that come across. You know what I'm saying? Because they come on. Do what?
Well, I'm sorry, Phillip. I was about to say, you know what? This is karma to those so-called illegal immigrants. They was for about 40 years. They was replacement blacks. They was able to move into neighborhoods that we couldn't move in, get jobs we couldn't move in. But now, when white mom and daddy sit at the table and see their daughter with Alejandro Nectar, they get spooked. They're like, "Oh, wait a minute, you be losing our identity now. Oh, we went too far. Now we got to send them back across the border. Too late now."
Well, let me tell you something, Harvey. I interviewed. I want to add to that. I interviewed. What's that brother name? My man went blank. An older brother. And he was telling me how he's always worked in this country. Basically, he said that at first you had whites, right, working, and they had unions or whatever. So he said what these white companies always wanted to do is get a bottom, dollar for profit. So he said they'll bring in blacks, and they was giving blacks all these jobs at a lower wage for not to give the whites money. Then after he said blacks wised up, blacks understood their rights, they fought for rights, they should have a certain amount of pay. He said then they brought in the Hispanic, the illegal. And then they did the same thing to them. They start lowballing they pay, do this and do that in the third. Now, since they came up, a lot of them, they got politician positions. Now they want to kick them out because now they fear. I don't know if you saw that video with that politician the other day from Arizona saying there's not enough white kids in school.
Oh, yeah, I saw that,
Yeah, worrying about the minority. I can't wait till they become a minority. I pray to God that he let me see the day they become a minority and that they just fear that everything they did to us, we're going to do it to them. I pray I see that day.
They already are a minority. It's just that every year they redefine who's white. Remember, if you go, Italians only been white for 100 years. Now you got the Hispanics identified as white. That's why when people get mad at me when I try to point this out, I says, quit calling these people white because they don't reproduce like we do. Because right now, they're finding a way on the census to say Hispanics are white. That's why that term Hispanic was created by the Nixon administration. Because back in the day, if y'all remember, we old enough, they used to call them Chicanos. You know what I mean?
Or mestizo.
Orientals. Or mestizo. Exactly. They redefine it. And see, when people hear me talk about stop calling them, they think I'm trying to beg them to come join us. No, I'm pointing out that you on borrowed time like everybody else. They just put you in place to keep us at bay. And the thing is, like I said, when they see Hector and Alejandro at the dinner table or Maria, and they realize they looking more like us or have that brown skin tone, they're like, we done killed our numbers. So now push them back, or better yet, break their families up. And I'm gonna say this might sound cruel. You don't hear me crying about the families being broke up because every day they destroy families' country every day. They used to
well, Kellen, I mean, I'm talking, he must be talking about me. Now, Harvey, this is what I would say about that. Okay, me personally, just as a parent, right? As a parent, I could never agree with what they're doing with those kids. I could never agree with it. Like, I know what they did to us and what they constantly do to us and what they do in family court every day and what the CPS do people every single day. And I don't agree with that either. I don't think no child should be separated from their parent if they're not being abused. But what they're doing to those kids, I kind of heard like they got a detention center right here in Texas in Brownsville. They taking them kids without their parents, putting them in the spot. And if some of these kids are coming up missing, getting put in sex trafficking. I mean, like, and really, it's a policy from Trump and them to do that. And I'm what I'm kind of waiting for is for the Hispanic community to come out in mass and like go at white folks, but I don't see them doing it. I'm like, because if that would happen to us, you already know it get set off if that happens.
See, that's the point I'm trying to make, Phil. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't feel sorry for them, because I do feel sorry for those people trying to come to something better. But when they come over to America, they shit on black folk. And black folk, we've always had our open arms to everybody. They come to our community, set their business up, they run to the very community who don't want them there. And then when they get their nigga moment, they want to cry. And my thing is, you can't bait and switch us like that. Don't get me wrong.
I agree with everything you're saying. I agree with that part. You got some, and I think it's stupid. How are you gonna have a group of people who are oppressed not liking the other oppressed people? Like, I don't get that. Like, it's not like we creating laws. Like, we ain't the one put Trump in office and saying build a wall and kick you out and separate you from your kids. We've always actually fought for you. All our leaders always said black and brown, from Farrakhan to Reverend Jackson, Al Sharpton, anybody you think of that spoke up, they always said black and brown, always.
But you never hear them saying brown and black though. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Like, fuck them. Real talk.
I agree with him, because tell you get tired of us as everybody else.
Where are they when all of this shit is happening to us? They're silent. They're silent, man. There's no.
Everybody leaves us hanging. I know that. Everybody. We have no, like Dr. John Henry Clark
said we had no friends.
We have no, literally. And I'm going to post that video. I was going to post it maybe a week ago.
Everybody. It's black against everybody, man. Ain't nobody riding for us. We ride for everybody harder than we ride for our damn selves. I ain't riding for them. Hell no. Man, I don't give a damn what happened to them, because they don't give a damn what happened to us. Man, do you know if I have to give a damn what happens to them, that means that costs energy? That means I got to give up some energy to give a damn about that. I got to have energy for that. All my energy is being used on our shit.
Right.
I don't think we have the energy though, really. Like, I just think that now, where we at now with it in society, we don't have the energy to fight for nobody else. All the energy we have is to deal with our issues. And I think especially these other groups have big numbers in the country now. It's not like they're a small group. So, I mean, they got to, raise up their own Malcolm X's and, Dr. Kings and,
That's my point, dog. Yeah. That's my point. They're not concerned about us. Nobody's riding for us. So, if you're not going to ride for me, shit, I'm not going to ride for you. And I'm unapologetic about it. I'm not riding for you.
Look at that Hispanic girl. What's a Cabrera? What her name is?
Camila Cabello.
She said immigrants built the United States. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, she got drugged for that.
No.
I made sure to go in on her when she said that stuff.
I say this country's built by thieves, slaves, and opportunity. That's what I said this country's been built by. Thieves, slaves, and opportunists. And if black folks stop spending their money for 6 months, we could, like Willie said, we could control stuff, because our dollars don't stay in our community. We keep other communities going. Like right now, they say it's 2 seasons in Chicago. It's winter construction. But none of those construction jobs are in our community. But yet our streets are crumbling. Pipes. Look what happened with Obama. You was the president when those pipes in Flint had all their lead. You could have signed an executive order to start construction doing that. He didn't even care about that, because we sit back and worry about the wrong things. Like, we worry about what some illegal immigrant, if they got water or not. But you got people in the United States got lead in their water in an American city. That right, it's baffling. And I know why we do that, because we've been conditioned in just our nature.
Hey, what's up, Phil? I got to get up out of here, man.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and go. But guys, thank you. I was just thank you guys for joining. And like I said, we'll the video will be up. It's processing. Do what y'all y'all want to put on your channel, whatever you want to do. I mean, you can do that.
All right, that's
so you guys have a safe weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers on the panel.
For sure.